What's up, guys, gals, wizards, lizards, and amphibians? Welcome back to Backwoods Venom and Outdoors. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my fruit fly cultures. So let's just dive right into it. The first ingredient, white vinegar. White vinegar has anti-mold properties in it, antifungal properties to help keep your culture last longer. The flies and maggots can pull some nutrients from it. The next ingredient, cherry tomatoes. This is something I've seen other people use in their cultures, and some people use these exclusively with white vinegar and the potato flakes that you'll see shortly. However, I'm trying something new today, but I am sticking with the tomatoes because they've worked well for me in the past. So here we're just blending white vinegar and tomatoes. And then we're going to go ahead and pour this mixture that we've just made, which is very liquidy, into the culture cup. Now, obviously, this is a little too liquid, so we're going to be adding the next ingredient, instant potato flakes, which you see in 99.9% of all recipes you see online. There you go. Those are the dehydrated potato flakes. Those are just instant potatoes, store-bought, store brand, cheap. And these are going to make the base of the culture. As you see, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You can find precise measurements online for these. I did not use it this time. I have in the past. It does work out a lot better. But in my case, when I'm experimenting like this, I just tend to go kind of find my own path, I guess. Adding the boiling water now. And we're just going to mix this up and try and get a solid base to start with. All right. And then we're just going to stir this up. And you want these cultures to be the consistency of actual instant mashed potatoes. Granted, that's not the only ingredient, but that's kind of what you're going for. You'll see shortly in this video as well that I'll be tapping the cup on the counter. If you can tap the cup on the counter and the mixture settles at the bottom, you've got a good consistency. All right, and now we're adding the new ingredient I'm trying, Pangea Papaya Complete Diet. It can be any Pangea mix. I'm trying this with the hopes that it adds a little more vitamins, nutrients, minerals to my fruit fly culture. The problem I foresee is that Pangea does mold very quickly, so I'm hoping with the amount of white vinegar that I've added, plus the addition of cinnamon on top that you'll see shortly, that this culture lasts longer even with the Pangea in there, and the maggots get a boost of nutrition from adding this to the diet. But we'll see what happens. And this is just mixing everything. These are the dry ingredients now, complete. The Pangea and the potato flakes, so we need to mix it up. And remember I said tapping the culture on the counter to get that proper consistency works every time. Now here we are adding the bulk of white vinegar. And guys, again, I said I didn't measure any of these. I just kind of eyeballed it. I did have to add liquid and then re-add dry ingredients a couple times to get the consistency I wanted. I do advise, if you want an easier process than experimenting like I did, you follow a recipe that has specific measurements for these and then attune it to the type of culture you want to make. It does make it easier though when you start with measured ingredients to begin with. And here I am adding more potato flake because, again, I got it a little too liquidy with the vinegar that I added, but that's okay. We ended up with a product I'm happy with, and you'll see that momentarily once this is mixed up. And again, here I am just mixing what's left of the dry ingredients now and scraping the sides of the cup. You don't want too much residual on the side of the cup. All right, one final go over. Make sure the sides of the cup are as clean as they can be. You want to tap the mixture down to the bottom, and that's where she should settle, just like that. Again, instant potato, mashed potato consistency. That's what you're going for here. All right, that is the cinnamon I spoke of before. It has antifungal, anti-mold properties, and I'm going to use this to cover the top of the culture to prevent surface mold growth, to allow the maggots to be able to burrow into the mixture longer. If the top of that mixture gets moldy and hardens and the moisture sucked out of it, the maggots won't be able to tunnel in, and you will have a culture that dies out a lot faster. That is brewer's yeast. This is an ingredient that some people use, some people don't. It's a good supplement for your adult flies to feed them. It is not necessary, but I added it because I have it. All right, so here is what I use for their media. These are just coffee filters folded in half and folded in half again. Some people use Excelsior. I prefer coffee filters. It's less messy. And once your culture dies out and you have to clean that cup like I do, you are going to be a lot happier pulling out 4 coffee filters, whole coffee filters, than a mess of degraded wood shavings. Just my opinion, guys. But that's it. So I'll see you in the next part of this video for us adding the flies. What's going on, guys? So anyway, you saw the first half of that video where I made the culture and what all goes into it, what all I use, all that nonsense. So yeah, so the culture is finally cooled, so we're gonna go ahead and add some flies. So we're gonna do that part now. All right, so we're gonna try and do this one-handed. Man, you shed pretty good there, buddy. I'm gonna have to clean your cage out. All right. That's my corn snake, by the way. All right, so anyway, this is going to be interesting to do one-handed. All right, so there's a culture I made, and it may look a little different than the original part of the video. That would be because I dropped and broke the actual culture that we had made. So I made a new one, and yeah, that's remnants of the old one plus. So, all right. And I apologize about the mess on top of this. I was redoing a couple cages. Now I have cocoa fiber everywhere, as you can see. Whoop, oh God, they're getting out. They're going crazy. And so I'm gonna add a bunch here. All right, cool. Get that capped off. Boom. Oh, got some escapees. All right. That's all there is to it, guys. That's a homemade lid, by the way. Drilled some holes, glued a coffee filter to the bottom. Boom. So yeah, that one I just shook all those out of right there. That's actually one that I made probably 2 weeks ago now. As you can see, it has exploded. The only difference that I used in the formula was the Pangea mix, the papaya. I put in this new one that you guys saw. I did not do that in the old one, so we're going to see if it does any better. I'm not sure. It may not. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm glad you stopped in to watch. I hope you got some useful information. If you have any questions about what I did, and I know the video was kind of little shoddy quality, but I shoot everything on my phone right now, so really don't have much of a choice. But like I said, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Like, share, subscribe if you really liked it and found anything useful out of it. But again, guys, thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time.